Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Unexpectedly, it's Stitch Kit Day. So, what day are we now? This is, I think the month's just gone really fast because I had all the bazaar thing going on and everything. But, yes, 26th today of August. This is the September box. So, yeah, it is about the time they usually send it to me. So, if you're one of the people who, has a subscription to this, you'll be getting it early, the same as me. So this is the Craft of the Month box from Stitch Kit. If you've not seen me open these before, you're in for a treat. I love Stitch Kit. I would not sit here, anybody that knows me will know, I would not sit here and tell you I love this company if I really didn't. They work so hard, Rachel and Kirsty, to give us these beautiful boxes. They're always such good value, really thoughtfully put together. Last month, the August craft of the month was punch needle, and I have got so carried away with that. I've had so little time this month, but I have so much more I want to do. I've been talking to Barbara Brown in the US, who's a huge fan of punch needle and rug hooking actually. And I've been doing all kinds of research. I've got lots of plans, I've got lots of designs. So the punch needle thing from last month will be going on into the future for sure. But now I've got a new box and I've no idea. I've never got any idea. And before I start, I will say that I'm not affiliated with them. I genuinely recommend them because I personally think they are brilliant. Best craft subscription box I've tried, and I've tried a few, I can tell you. Yes, they send me the box to try out, but I don't, I'm not on a commission or anything like that, so don't want anybody thinking that. So shall we get in and find out what I'm just going to get it open. Rip strip. This is the box it always comes in. Huge box. The Craft of the Month box, they do all different kinds of subscriptions. I will put a link to their website so you can check it out for yourself, and I'll also put a link to my Stitch Kit playlist so you can see some of the other ones I've opened. They are so flexible. The big difference with them is that every single box is custom made to your preferences. When you order, you fill in a questionnaire telling them what colours you like, colours you don't like, what you want to make for, what kind of thing which of the crafts that they cover you would like to do. You can change it at any time. You can cancel, you can buy a one-off box, but you'll save extra money if you do a subscription, but you can cancel at any time. You just need to give them a week's notice so that the payment doesn't go through. So there are lots of different, they're very, very flexible. And now I've lost my thread. With the Craft of the Month, if you get a subscription to the Craft of the Month, you're getting a surprise along with me every month. And you'll get yours, you'll have it by the beginning of the month so you can craft along with me. So it's as much a surprise to me as it is to you, but it's always a good one. So I'm going to rip strip. Get this box open. It's a bit difficult to get it under the camera, so... Right, let's go to the desk. What am I in for this month? Now, I haven't seen an email from them. Last month I managed to open an email too soon, or I don't know how it happened. Usually they send me an email with like a Word document in it, so I can't see, and it doesn't spoil the surprise because they know I like my surprise. So I'm not going to look at this either, because this will probably be a clue about what's in here. It's pretty stuff, this one. I can see the handle of a tote bag, but that's not real. That still could be anything, couldn't it? We've had all sorts. We've had sock knitting, we've had a crochet granny squares. I did a poncho. But other people got different things. We don't all get exactly the same thing because it's made up for each person. So if you have got one, you won't necessarily get exactly what I've got in here. Oh yeah, I've started to say about the price points. That's what I forgot. Lost my thread. So I don't know which one they will have sent me, but the Craft of the Month subscription, I think it's £25, £45 and £65. The 25 is like the what they call the quick one. I had a 25 box. I think it was a £25 box last month and the month before, and it's loads. You get loads for it. But if you want a bigger project or something that's going to take you a bit longer, or several smaller projects, again, you can stipulate that with them. And then you could go for the £45 or £65 one. Lovely idea for a gift for someone who likes crafting, or who you want to encourage to get into crafting. Beautifully, as you can see, beautifully packaged. So let's stop waffling, Annie, and get in there. I'm sure I can hear you all shouting at the screen. Lovely tissue. You will know, if you're one of the people that's had prizes sent from me and stuff, you will know I do recycle this tissue. What's it going to be? I have no idea, I have no idea. What? Still no idea. Knit and purr. Knit and pearl. Pearl with a cat. What is this? That says knit and pearl, but under here is embroidery. I've no. Overexcited. Ah, so that. Oh, this is stuffing. This is stuffing. Okay. And it looks like we've got pins, fabric, a book, and embroidery. Oh, this looks. Ooh. See, I've got all these other things going on, and now I'm going to want to start this as well. I need some clones. Oh, this looks lovely. Okay, let's read the card now, so we've got some idea what we're looking at. Okay, calm down. Dear Annie, I hope you had a lovely time at the bazaar event. Yes, I did. Thank you very much. We all did. This month, the craft of the month is cross stitch. I've sent you a £65 luxury box. So there's the £25 quick project box. There's the £45, I think they called it standard, £65 luxury. We loved the way you can make this project individual to you and be creative with it. Sounds right up my alley. I have sent you enough supplies to make 2. 2 what? 2 what? Okay, so we've got this beautiful tote bag, knit and pearl. Always handy. I can never have too many tote bags. I love this with the cat. Very cute indeed. And that has got stuffing in it. I do love this stuffing. I had this from them once before. What were we stuffing? That was when we had the knitted bunnies, and it had this kind of, it's like polyfill, but it's got these little bubbles, and it's a really lovely feeling when you've stuffed something with it. It's just got a really lovely feel. Yeah, so that's got that. Okay, there's a reel of Gutermann thread. The sweeties. I always love the stitch kit. Love hearts. There's nice millward needles. They always include everything you need to make the project. So if you were giving it to someone who'd got nothing, they'd have everything they need in here to do the project or projects. But if you're a regular subscriber and if you're a regular crafter and you've already got lots of like scissors and needles and things, and you don't want the tool, you can say to them when you fill in your questionnaire, don't send me any needles or tools or things like that. You know, send me yarns or threads or fabrics or whatever the craft is, you know, depending on what you've chosen. So yeah, it's just so flexible. Oh, what? Look at all these threads. So these are Trimmets threads, which I've not tried before. So this is stranded cottons. So for anybody that doesn't know, it's standard embroidery floss. Stranded cotton. There we are. It's got 6 strands which you can pull apart, and usually you tend to use 2 strands when you're embroidering, but we'll see what the instructions say. So we've got a selection of sizes, sharps, needles, 15 needles, 1 to 5. Yeah, you can see it's a selection of sizes there. We've also got some chunkier needles here. I love a chunky needle. Tapestry needles. Oh, these are on a magnetic holder. Oh, that's nice. Ah, nice little bonus. So that's them. We've got a lovely set of pins. I had some of these. They're here. I love them. I've used some of them. Some of them are in the bonkers quilt at the moment. Now I can't even remember what did this go with. But anyway, they're lovely pins. Little A little pointy pair of scissors. I need these little sharp pointed scissors. I've got a lovely pair that Granny Sue sent me just recently, which is really nice. And now I've got another little pair because all of my little sharp pointy scissors were past they'd had their day. Do you know what I mean? So really nice to have those. So there's all of these threads in lovely, lovely colours. Look at the colours. Candy colours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just going to count these. I'll be back in a minute. 25 of those embroidery floss skeins. And then we've got some lovely 4 pieces by the look of it. 1, 2, 4 pieces of this. I think this is called even weave. This kind of fabric, lovely to stitch into, really nice. So we've got 4 pieces. It looks like we're going to be making dolls. 2 sweeties. We've got an embroidery hoop, nice millwood, nice quality embroidery hoop. It's nice when you've got these ones that have this, you can use a screwdriver to tighten them up to make sure you get it really tight. I'm totally going to want to drop everything else now and do these, aren't I? You know what I'm like. And then we've got this book. Now, I think we're at the bottom of the box. I can get that out of the way. Now, I'm really thinking I'm going to have to come up with an ingenious way to pretty up the boxes and use them for storage. You can see, like behind me, I've got one there which has ended up being used as storage for my acrylic paints, and I've got 2 more stacked up there. They stack so nicely and they're really nice and sturdy, so maybe I'll try covering them or something. My cross-stitched dolls, so that's where we've got the stuffing, and I suppose each doll is going to need 2 pieces of fabric. Oh, this is really fun. I've never done anything like this before. How cute, look. Aren't they adorable? Fun and easy patterns for over 20 cross-stitch dolls. Uh-oh, decision. Oh, well, I might have to do the one with glasses. Oh, look at these patterns. How adorable are they? Oh, look at these. Okay, let's have a quick look at the front. Also have to sniff a new book. Takes me back. Oh, here's a little, well, I think I clogged the microphone then, sorry. Look at these. I am recording, yes I am. Oh, what? Aren't they adorable? Very refreshing to see different skin tones in there. And different hair colours. And they're not all girls either, there's boys in there as well. I love this one with the waistcoat down here. Oh, it's going to be hard choosing 2, but I have got more of this kind of fabric. I'm sure that I can still use this. I could make them all if I wanted. Oh, I know who else would love this. Is my friend Trina would probably love this book. Oh, and I've just got a good old selection of colours there, haven't I? Whichever colour clothes I want to do, whichever colour skin tones I want to do, hair I want to do, it's all there. Oh, brilliant. So tools and materials, the different dolls, mix and match dolls. Oh yeah, I suppose you might want to do one face, different outfit, whatever. How to prepare, techniques, top tips for tidy sewing. Oh, that's a good one for me. How to cross stitch, how to make up the dolls. Don't they look adorable there? So sweet. I like how some have got their eyes closed, some have got glasses, some have got their eyes open. So all the materials they talk about that you need are in the kit. Oh, aren't they fab? Aren't they just the best? So how big are they? Finished size 11.5 by 21.5 centimetres. That's 4.5 by 8.5 inches. When stitched on 28 count even weave fabric. So it is called even weave. I feel like an expert now. I knew what that was called. So I think when they say 28 count, I think it means the number of threads to the inch. I think that's what it means. So they're going to be, finished size will be 11.5 by 21.5. I mean, it makes me think that I've even got enough for 4 of the dolls. 11.5, 21.5. Yeah, I might even have enough for 4. Ooh! Hi, I'm Jess. I love sketching and painting, making my own clothes. I'm drawn to vintage fabrics and like to repurpose old clothes to make them my own. I may be a creative soul, but I can be practical too. I can put up shelves and do a spot of DIY when needed. Love that. So that's the doll called Jess. I love that. So each little story is going to have its own. Each little doll is going to have its own story. So there's the doll, back and front. There's her little story. There's what you need. And again, you know, where it says you need 1 skein each of various colours, of course you won't use the whole skein necessarily. So, and there's the back and front charts to follow, nice and easy to follow. Hi, I'm Finn. Here I am in my cosy Pharaoh jumper. I love it. 2 pieces of 28 count even with fabric, at least 19 by 29 centimeters. Okay, it does need to. They do. Yeah, you do need the bigger pieces. So yeah, but I mean, I've got plenty of. I've got even weave and other fabrics I could use for this. Oh, always going to be hard to choose. And then there's the mix and match bit at the end. I love that one. That reminds me of Tom when he was a little boy. I love that their backs are as interesting as their fronts. And then where was the mix and match bit? Mix and match dolls. Okay. If you're stitching a mini-me or you want your doll to wear something different, feel free to mix and match hairstyles and faces or tops and bottoms to your heart's content. You can combine any parts from the previous charts or choose some of the extra elements from this section. Oh, brilliant. Yeah, so you might want to mix that cute waistcoat with the flared jeans. So that'd be nice. I love this one. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love that one. Oh, it's gonna. Oh, look. It's gonna be very, very hard to choose. Look at the different shoes and things as well. Top tips for tidy sewing. 2 strands of embroidery thread. Yeah, that's the normal thing. Oh, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that, aren't I? Yeah, as Rachel said, I like that you can get a bit creative with it and do your own thing. I mean, definitely mine's going to have a pair of glasses. I've got to do a mini-me. Maybe I'll do a mini-me and a mini-Tom. That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? I think I have to do a mini-Tom. What I'm going to do now, what I always do at this stage, is have a little add up. Because everybody always wants to know if they're getting... I say it every time, but I think it's important to stress that, you know, the value of a craft subscription box isn't just in what each item adds up to if you went out and bought it separately. It's the value of having it all put together for you, just for you. And with Stitch Kit, it really is put together just for you. And having it all packed up beautifully and sent to you in a lovely parcel, and, you know, just encouraging you to try something you might not have thought of, you know. That's what it, and look at the smile it's put on my face, you know. So it's not just about what all of these separate components would add up to, it's also about that kind of intrinsic value of having the box put together. But having said that, every time I've added up the separate components of a Stitch Kit subscription box, it's been way over what you pay for it. So I'm you know, that's a nice bonus, isn't it? So I'm gonna stop filming for a second, have a quick look online and see if I can price these up. It's sometimes a bit difficult to do because you can't find the exact items, or the price of them varies so hugely you don't know which one to pick, so I tend to pick a sort of low to middle road. And of course the cost of this as well, the cost of this box includes the postage to the UK. They only supply within the UK at the moment. So if I bought these items separately, chances are I'd have to pay postage as well on top and possibly several times over, because I wouldn't be able to get all of these things from one supplier. So, you've got to bear all that in mind as well. But I will do my best to come up with a fair estimate of how much all of this would have cost if I've gone out and bought it separately. My first port of call tends to be Amazon. I feel bad about that, but I think lots of us are the same. Okay, see you in a mo. Well, that took me a while finding everything. I managed to kind of find most things, but it's always a little bit tricky. I've come up with a grand total, but probably a conservative estimate of £76.50's worth here. One astonishing thing was how reasonably priced these Trimmets embroidery flosses are, so I'll be really interested to try these out. I think in the end I counted these at, I saw them at various prices, from as low as like 30p up to 60p each or something. I thought that, compared to, normally for an embroidery floss, like for DMC or Anchor or something, you'd be paying like £1.50. So I'd be really interested to see how these perform. It's the same amount in each skein, 8 metres skeins. So I think in the end I counted these at 45p each, because that was kind of low to middle range. Astonishing how expensive these blooming Gooderman threads are. I think I had to count that as £4. Seemed like the average price. Pins, can't remember, were they, did I? Yeah, £4 I counted them as. Needles, I couldn't find exactly this set of tapestry needles, sizes 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, with the magnetic keeper. I couldn't find exactly, so I had to guesstimate that. Did find exactly those. The even weave fabric, having a measure, I decided it was equivalent of a fat quarter that I've got there, so I counted that, and that varied. I saw them as low as £12 and upwards 15 or even more. And what I didn't do with any of this was count anything for what postage would have cost me if I'd have bought these things separately. The book, the price on the book was £16.99. I did that at 17 for easy maths. Chances are you might be able to get that cheaper, I don't know. The tote was difficult to price. I think I put £4 or £5 on that. It's really hard to assess. I had a look at a whole load of novelty totes on Amazon, and I guess some of them go up to like ridiculous money. But I thought £5 seemed a reasonable guesstimate. And interesting, in the course of looking up this particular kind of stuffing, apparently it's called bounce back, and it's perfect for toys and things. Anyway, I did find that, and I sort of looked at the price of the smallest bag of it you could get and counted about half of it. Found the hoop okay, that wasn't a problem. Is that it? Oh, and the scissors, yeah, I found sort of nearest stuff I could find to the scissors. Yeah, so altogether that came to £76.50, and as I say, that's not counting anything for postage. And the postage with your stitch kit subscription boxes is free. Unfortunately, they're only operating in the UK at the moment, but they are looking into expanding into other countries, so watch this space. I'm thrilled to bits with this, and I cannot wait to make some of these little characters. How adorable. My only problem is going to be deciding which ones. This little girl's really calling to me, but she might have a different frock on. It so reminds me of some of the clothes we would have worn in the 70s. The little socks. Oh, I love this with the floral ones. Oh, how lovely. So bear in mind that if you go for, you can get a one-off cross. This is the cross stitch. So craft of the month this month is cross stitch. So if you go for a different price point, or you have subscribed and you've filled in different preferences and things, you won't get exactly what I've got here. So even if you've also got the £65 luxury box as a monthly subscription, you still won't get necessarily exactly the same thing as I've got there. If you did want exactly this box, what I would suggest is that you email Rachel and Kirsty. It's easy to, I'll put the link to their website in the description box. It's easy to find their contact details, and just ask them, and just make sure they've got everything. They will do their best to accommodate whatever you want. Is what they'll do. They're so obliging and so flexible. They just want everyone to have the best experience. So I would say, yeah, if you're ordering, you can either when you fill in the questionnaire, you'll be invited to fill in a questionnaire when you order, and in there's a free text box you could amongst all the other questions that they ask you, there's a free text box you could put in there. I want one exactly like the one Annie had, and I'm sure they'll do their best to oblige. But yeah, I'll also be interested, for those of you who do pre-order or have a subscription, I'll be very interested to see what you got as well. It's always interesting. So cross stitch month, I love a bit of cross stitch. I love making dolls, so can't wait to get cracking on that. Thank you so much to Kirsty and to Rachel for sending me this box to try out. It's another hit for me. They haven't let me down. I haven't been disappointed one single time. As I say, they do send me these boxes to try out. Full disclosure, but if I'd have bought this box, I'd still be thrilled to bits with it, and definitely feel like I've got my money's worth. So that's it from me for now. I hope you enjoyed that little peek. If you're a channel member, you'll be seeing this before everybody else, so you've got to keep stum. So it's a surprise. So you'll probably see me working on some of these during Whip and Waffle Wednesdays, and I'll perhaps do a video setting up the whole thing as well for my first doll. Okay, quite enough waffle from me. Thanks for joining me. Thanks again to Kirsty and Rachel, and I'll see you all again really soon. Bye.